Hello friends, this is Kalyan from Parivartana AS. So this is part 6 in our series of how to prepare for UPSC essay, and we are going to discuss about the sources of essay in this particular video. Now I'm making this video keeping the total freshers in my mind, right? And they need to have a clear cut clarity that it is not a rocket science. So what are the sources for an essay? In my personal capacity, I will argue that all you will need is newspapers. Okay, if you read newspapers and if you prepare for your all the 4 GS papers and your optional, you don't need anything extra. So that is my final stand. I'm whatever the sources that I'm going to suggest, apart from newspapers, is only a value addition, and it may or may not be mandatory, but newspapers are very essential. Why? Because see, if you see a particular article in a newspaper, you have the opportunity to link it to all the 4 GS papers, right? So you can contextualize, you can think about the implementation or usage of that particular article, and you can use it in GS papers as well. For example, in today's newspaper there is an article about climate change and melting of ice in the polar regions. So you can use that article in GS3, and you can also use that article in urbanization. In future, when sea level rises, the coastal areas will be under threat, so we need to have a fail safe mechanism for future times also. So we need to proactively involve in climate change negotiations or global warming negotiations and all these things. So when you read newspapers, literally each and every dimension of your syllabus copy is covered, except probably ancient India and medieval India, right? And some parts of theory A or part A of paper 4. Everything else is covered under newspapers. So for example, I have listed some newspaper articles. So you can see that one is about women, the other one is about children, right? There is one more article about bureaucrats, how a tribal hamlet has named the village after a collector in the gratitude. So public service is still considered as a very noble profession, and these kind of articles are as an example. You can use it as an intro, you can use it as a body part, you can use it as an example, you can do a lot of things. The only thing is you need to have that mindset. And one more advantage of reading newspapers daily is layer by layer. Every day, if you start adding more levels of knowledge, more examples, they will stay with you forever. If you sit on one day and mug up 20 examples, you can hardly reproduce 6 examples in the exam hall. But if you collect examples on a daily basis, if you apply that knowledge on a daily basis, you will remember it for a long term. This article is about how Nagaland people are having a traditional methods to punish the offenders. So that is a very unique example, right? How Bilara villagers have mobilized against the addiction. So they came together, they started prohibiting selling of tobacco and other products. So how that led to social change, behavioral change. That is a fantastic case study from newspapers again. So in this way, if you keep reading newspapers on a daily basis, tons and tons of data will be there with you. But the only thing is consolidation. If you can consolidate just the heading or 1 and 2 lines, not the entire article, right? Or a fact. For example, yesterday or day before yesterday there was an article about One Health approach. So what is One Health approach, and how does that reduce and antimicrobial resistance, right? How we need to take care of the human life, the planet, the animal life, how all of them come together, and why zoonotic diseases are on the rise. So we need to work on this for reducing the future pandemics. So what is One Health approach, right? Number of doctors in India, what is the ratio? That was there in the newspapers. So how media is being controlled by the governments, let's say in Andhra Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh or in other states. So that was in the news. So all these things you can take and you can convert them into good points into the essay. So what I wanted to tell you is, there is nothing better than a newspaper reading on a daily basis for you to write a fantastic essay. I will show this diagram now, you can understand. If you read newspaper today, right, let's say you are collecting the dots, you don't know what you are going to do with those dots, but one day when you connect all the dots, right, it will become knowledge. How urbanization, climate change, global warming, Paris agreement, all these things come together. One day you will see the light, right? When you see that light, automatically new intuitions will come into the picture and you will connect all the dots. I think this is a perfect example for you to understand how a new insights are gained in the exam hall. If you watch my previous videos, you will understand that you are X and you have to look in the prism of the given topic framework, right? So you are X, you have to work within this framework, that is the given topic, and you have to bring in new dimensions. You cannot bring any dimension and call it relevant dimension, right? In the exam hall, in that moment, you need to find two different dots and find a link between them and make sure they fit within this particular framework. Then your essays will automatically shine, right? So that is my single biggest advice for you. Newspapers, don't do anything apart from newspapers, right? And if you can connect the heading, some unique point, some doctor is treating someone for 10 rupees only, I think in Kadapa. So that is a very good example of selfless service, right? You note down that in Kadapa there is a female doctor, there is a young doctor, she is taking only 10 rupees to serve the people. So there are people with compassion and good heart even in today's materialistic world. That's an example. Done. Your essay, one paragraph is ready. All you need to do is find the right essay. Luckily, if you find the right essay and if you can remember that particular example, it is like, eureka moment inside the exam hall. So you need to have at least 4 or 5 eureka moments, right? That means 4 or 5 good dimensions automatically come in the essay. I hope you understand the importance of newspapers. So if you have any questions regarding the sources, please message to Kalyanz, Kalyanz, on Telegram. Now, apart from newspapers, what else do you need to refer to? You need to, from this point onwards, it's only optional. It's not mandatory. You have to do all these things, but you have to have more knowledge. If you have time, if you want to develop some new hobbies, you can follow the list. The list is very exclusive. So, sorry, not exclusive. The list is very lengthy. Now, Yojana magazines. All of you know Yojana is a very popular resource. It's a government publication monthly, right? Yojana and Kurukshetra. So if you can read very selective articles from Yojana and Kurukshetra, you can learn a lot from them. For example, in Yojana magazines, most of the articles start with constitution, government schemes, steps taken by the government. So it will teach you how to write a good essay. There are some toppers who suggested that they outrightly lifted some intros and conclusions from the Yojana and kept them ready like a template, right? For example, if there is a women related issue, they outrightly use it the same intro or same essay, same conclusion, and they managed good scores. So Yojana is like a shortcut. Yojana is like, one topic, lot of knowledge, less amount of time. It will take 3 hours to complete one Yojana dedicatedly, or else you can go to Vajiraman Ravi website and you can download the Yojana summary, still pick up tons and tons of points. So not only for new essay but also for GS paper, Yojana and newspapers are indispensable, right? Very important. Now from here on, it's even more optional. Why? Some people may or may not have the hobby of reading books, so you can read fiction, right? That will also help you in the interviews. Many toppers have written the hobby, what is your hobby? Reading books. When you go to the interview, you cannot say what is your hobby? Book reading, sir. What did you read? Lakshmikant. That will be the disaster. So you have to have some good books in your repository, right? Read 3 or 4 good books if you write your hobby as a book reading. If it's not, try to develop. Books are man's best friend, right? You can learn a lot of things. So I will suggest reading non-fiction books. I have added a list of suggested non-fiction books for UPSC interview and essay. You can go through them. Sir, I don't have time to read books. I already have a lot on my plate. Then you can watch a channel called as Productivity Game. It's on YouTube. They provide 10 minutes summary of good books, so you can watch them, right? Also you can go through the book review section in Hindu magazine occasionally. So book reviews will also give you some insight into what kind of books are coming, what are the points you can learn from the book reviews. So using the book reviews also you can write good essays. Now movies. See, again, when I say movies or when I say books or when I say Yojana and Kurukshetra, always remember context is the king. That means you have to use good examples and relevant examples. For example, if you want to talk about the changing youth culture or something like that. You can write something about Urta Punjab, or you can bring in Check the India, where the starting scene everybody tells the state name, but in the end they all say India, India, India. That is patriotic feeling and nationalism, right? But you cannot use something like, tappad se dar nahi lagta sir ji. So all those filmy cheesy movies, commercial movies are prohibited. You have to pick up something meaningful, something contextual, right? You can take fake encounters, movies glorify fake encounters, that is one dimension to put, but you cannot write an entire story of some other movie, up tak cheppan or something, right? So please remember contextualization. If you are good, if you watch good movies, if you have relevancy, you can connect a lot of dots. So movie lines and movie stories fill a lot of gaps in the essay writing as well. So please remember context is the king. Next, you can watch lot of good documentaries. I will suggest Discovery Plus or in YouTube. In Discovery Plus there are very good documentaries about Indian border forces, Ladakh, how they suffer in Siachen, or what are the difficulties they face in Siachen and still protect us. So it will give you a lot of insights about India, the living cultures in India from the above. So there are good documentaries not only about India, about the planet also. So if you are bored, if you want to develop some new hobby, documentary watching is one good way to develop knowledge, and you can also use them in essays. And next is TED Talks. It's a 15-minute program, like TED Talks are available on YouTube also. You can watch them selectively, right? Then there is Vox. They have explained videos. For example, if you are confused about Israel Palestine issue, I think watching Vox document is very helpful. It's like 10 minutes and they will tell you everything you need to know about that particular issue, and the pictorial representation is so good that you will remember the entire story, right? Even about melting of ice in the poles, you can watch their videos. Again, TED Ed is, educational videos from TED, right? 3 blue 1 brown, not recommended for everyone. The same. And there is one more channel by Faizan Mustafa. Faizan Mustafa is a uh, columnist. He writes very regularly in Indian Express also. He has a YouTube channel. If you have any cases that are going in the country, legal side, I think he gives nice summary about such cases. You can follow his channel also, right? Then Mir A, he's an IAS officer from Kannur. He also uploaded some good videos on the same. And CGP Grey is also covering very good topics. So again, this movie section is very very selective, very subjective. Watch few videos. If you find them useful, continue it. If you don't have time, you can totally discard them. But coming back to Yojana, Kurukshetra and newspapers, that will be more than enough. Now even more, some people don't like watching YouTube and all those things. What is the other way? While you are jogging, walking, commuting, right, having lunch, dinner, you can listen to podcasts are very popular nowadays. Even in Spotify and other apps you can subscribe to the podcast. So here are few suggested podcasts, right? One is the BBC Inquiry. It's a very good program. They cover a lot of topics. Then Grand Tamasha by Milan Vaishnav is also very good. See, again I'm saying movies or the resources I'm mentioning is from my personal perspective. There are hundreds of wonderful podcasts available out there. I am sure I have missed tons and tons of good podcasts. If you like any good podcast useful for UPSC, please suggest it to me in the comments. Again, coming back, this is my suggestion. You can listen one episode. Again, remember, Seen and Unseen is the most popular podcast in India, but the podcasts are around 3 to 4 hours, sometimes very lengthy, lot of diversions happening. If you can skip and stay to the core essence, I think it's a wonderful resource for interview going aspirants, right? Now, apart from these things, awards in the news, for example, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, whenever someone is awarded, someone is given the award, what is the exemplar work they have done, what are the hardships they have faced, and what is the field they are working. So all those things will also make a good value addition to your essay writing. I have added some links for your sake, right? You can also take inspiration from officers who have faced a lot of hardships and still got into the service. Their story is a good inspiration for you, right? Next, apart from this, some value addition can come from bureaucrats. Lead by example. Nowadays many officers are on Twitter, right? So they share their exemplar work. You can see this for example, Rahul IAS of Bihar, right? Also you can follow IAS association on Twitter. they share wonderful articles or wonderful work done by bureaucrats throughout the country. IAS, IPS and IRS association also have Twitter accounts. You can follow them, but it will be overkill. So for the sake of keeping it to minimum, IAS association on Twitter is a very good resource, right? Next, there is Better India website. They have wonderful articles on the work done by IAS officers. Recently I have shared these two articles on Better India and From the Print on Parivartan IAS Telegram channel. So you can follow the channel to get a lot of articles which are relevant for essay and ethics, right, and also for current affairs. And then next is Prime Minister's Man Ki Baat. So the good thing about Prime Minister's Man Ki Baat is sometimes he shares very valuable information about few people who are doing extraordinary work in remotest corners of the country and also in the world. So you can take such examples and you can write them in the essay. For example, one day he talked about the domestic toy makers, so that is a very good value addition for your essay and answer writing. Next, speeches and memorial lectures. Sometimes memorial lectures are fantastic, right, and speeches are also wonderful. So it may not be a very popular resource, but if you selectively filter out very limited speeches, that's a very good value addition. Then ARC summary, economic survey, Niti Aayog report, all these things you prepare anyhow for GS, you can use the same data in essay writing as well. For philosophical essays, you can prepare quotes from Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, Tagore, Gandhi, etc. So it's a very straightforward resource. I will share the PDF in the description, you can find it. Now, so after mentioning all the sources, you might be feeling, do I really need to put in this much amount of effort to write a good essay? That is not at all required. As I told you in the beginning itself, let's say you have notes for 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? Facts and data. For example, corruption perception index, India rank is this. Human development index, India's rank is this, right? Number of doctors in India, number of prisoners in India. So if whenever you see a fact or a data in any newspaper article, it goes into one of these places, or explicitly you can write something called as essay, which you feel is not going to fall in any of these 4 brackets. You can directly put them in essay basket, right? The most important thing is topic. It's always about the topic. For example, now Maratha reservation is in the news. Okay, all of you know Maratha reservation comes under GS2, but there are few articles which says Maratha reservation is not perfect. There are some loopholes. We need to go above and beyond the discussion, and you cannot say center is the only authority which can create the backward classes list. So all such data can be written in GS paper 2. You can make a notes, but at least 1 or 2 points can come into the essay, right? Agriculture is failing, so that is why the demand for government jobs has increased, so that is analysis that will go into the essay. So every time you open a newspaper or Yojana and Kurukshetra magazine, if you find some data fact, okay, you put it under a notes 1, 2, 3 or 4. Analysis should be in your brain, facts should be on your notes. Okay, if you follow this simple approach, a lot of conceptual clarity will happen, right? So I see these are the resources I wanted to suggest. You go through the PDF, you see the links I have shared, you read the articles I have shared, right? You will get a lot of knowledge. You can use all this knowledge in your answer writing. If you are still confused, you can message me on Telegram. This is my ID, Kalyans, right? And now coming back to the same picture, I will suggest you the same thing. When you read anything for the first time, it's like random data. If you revise it or if you contextualize it, okay, this goes under GS paper 2, this goes under GS paper 3, corruption, something like that, then it will become knowledge. That means you start connecting the dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then automatically one day you will see conceptual clarity. Or when you write an essay, I will give you the feedback. When I give you the feedback, I will tell you this is the dimension that you should have thought. That will also help you rapidly develop new ideas between 2 data points. So this is how essay writing works, right? I try to keep it short, still it went around 20 minutes, right? If you have any questions, please let me know. Do use the comment section if you are not if you are having any questions on the particular topic. All the best.